Welcome to Factorio Space Exploration Day 27 recap. So you can already see how much is already going on here with my logistics train network. And this is exactly what is going to be the topic of today. Okay. Hey, stop killing them. Never mind, that's not what we want to do. We want to look at this awesomeness because the whole point of this is last time we did some work on trying to define how to send rockets to space. And we did kind of launch, well, we did launch one that was down here for steel. And now I have redone it. I now have iron, copper, red circuits, steel, glass, stone, and plastic. We also have actually here, what are these things? Blue circuits, heat shielding, and low density structures, but they are acutely missing here. That's to be expected. So what I will do in this episode is I'll actually walk through how this is set up. What I've also done is I have added a new blueprint to my blueprint book, and I will upload it to my, I'll just even call it something like Day Space Exploration Day 27. Then we know. I haven't really updated this book since day 16, so this will if you want to copy this. All right, so let's walk through it. I have tried to make this as generic as possible so that I can copy paste it to the other ones. Now the one thing I have, let's take this plastic for example. So we have plastic here coming in. This is conditioned by plastic is less than A. A is put in a single location here where I define how much I want to fill it up. You can see here 30,000 leaves 30,008 because it always just takes a second to identify. Now what I then have, actually let's take one of the other ones. Let's take not steel, because if I accidentally launch it, it would suck. Let's take copper. Yeah. It will still have exactly the same. Copper is less than A. A is set here 30,000. I could set it to 40,000. That would be a full inventory, but the problem is if I set it to a full inventory, then if I am then inputting, you can see here the space capsule and cargo sections, if I'm inputting those, then I won't be able to input them because they need one inventory slot. So realistically, the maximum I can set it to is 39,900. At this point, I'm fine by launching 30,000 instead of 39. It's going to be fine. So and we can see we've already launched 13 rockets, so that's something from the 4 or something we had last time. All right, so the topic here, I set how much I want in here considering the stack size. For example, stone, it has to be lower because it has a smaller stack size, 19k. Right, so that goes on the red wire. The red wire goes all the way in. It measures the content of here, and then it balances out. So that's what it also does, is it limits this one, the requester for inserting capsules, because I only want one, so it only inputs when it's less than one. You can see on the red signal up to the right hand side on the top, the red background ones, we have one capsule, 100 sections, and this one also is limited. Now that one's limited less than 100, and then it works. So what this does is this ensures that it's full. Then that goes in to this condition here. This one says when the copper is equal to the threshold, in this case 30,000. So this one basically says when I have enough inside my rocket to launch, hit the green yellow signal. The other one is coming from space, so that comes to the green wire. You can see the green wire lighting up. When I hover over it, the green wire here, look at all of that stuff. This is, as I explained last time, how much I have in space. So you can say I have 23,000 copper in space. When that drops below 2,000, then it says send another rocket. Then this one lights up, 2 yellows equal 1 green. 1 green is the launch condition. Launch on green signal when fuel full. And then it goes to a dedicated copper location. Now you can see on the green here, we have 51,000 steel there. It's a bit much. I accidentally sent that extra rocket, but that's fine. I also have 32,000 blue red circuits. So yeah, we've been sending a few red circuits. So we actually have 62,000 red circuits, actually way more than that, now that I think of it, because we also have 7,000 here, so that's 7 plus 30, that's 37 plus 32,000, so it's about 69,000 red circuits committed to space that is not available to the base. So yeah, the base here on Novice is really being strained, and that's really also one of the key points. So that's, which is good because it's been idling for a long time. And that is basically how it works. I am setting it up for each one. If I want to place a new one, the only things I need to change are these items so that they know what to filter, and this one and that one. Then it automatically sends out. It will send out full rockets. The downside of this in my setting is the fact that I need quite a few rocket silos because I want a rocket silo dedicated. I could also do more advanced stuff with just figuring out what is needed, put it all into one rocket, launch that rocket. But I like this. In the grand scheme of things, this will be more robust because I can actually send each of them independently of each other when they are needed. Now, this is also one of the big issues we have here. And we'll come back to sort of where we are in terms of bottlenecks. Now let's have a look at one more thing here. So what we did in this episode as well was actually take a look at the... What? Didn't I upgrade these? No, I didn't upgrade. I guess I didn't have the... I couldn't afford it at this point. So I was about to, but these need to be upgraded. Now they at least are upgraded to the yellow assemblers. And again, this is more concrete. Each of these take 8 concrete. So that doesn't sound like much, but we have 80 here. So again, we are completely out of concrete at this point. That's a bit of a shame. This one here, you can see it's quite slow, and this now needs some modules to speed up. Where with the green ones? The green ones here, I've also tried upgrading this as much as possible. We can see here it is now delivering a bit less than 4 red lines, so I would go with this and saying that's about 100 per second, which is fair enough currently. And it's a bit of a shame that for example, like this one, it's not fully saturated. It's actually way less than saturated. So this one is begging for blue belts. Just checking. Yeah, just they really like knocking those down. And this one is very, very busy, but at least it's working. And this one here, it's going to 9,500, and then another one comes in. So this is being consumed at ratio. So the big topics here for this one was actually upgrading the green, upgrading the red, upgrading the blue as well. So this one has been upgraded as well. 3 speed module, 3 productivity modules, and 1 speed module that lowers the crafting speed by 20%. So it has crafting speed 1, easy to calculate, and 24 productivity. I think that's a pretty decent number. It's about as good as we can get right now without beacons, and those are kind of out of reach. You can see here, this could actually be better. So what I actually should be doing is doing this thing, because why not? So that it can actually consume all of it. It is running out of green circuits quite rapidly. But this one, it's only at 900. But this one will be the key ingredient that is sent. It's only really used for 2 things in vast quantities. It is used for modules, which will consume pretty much all it can get away with. And yep. And the other thing is actually sending it into our new location. Nothing else really needs blue circuits in vast quantities, as far as I can tell, because I'm not launching normal satellites anymore, which would also otherwise be a source. Because where are we? That one here. Interestingly enough, this one is just chugging along. This one caps out at 7k at 10k, but it's just gonna be idling. Well, it's not actually idling. This one also should get a loving embrace, as it so happens. Yeah. Okay, and that's what you did. So we upgraded green, red, and blue, as well as built this massive launch facility. All we need from this launch facility, as far as I can tell, is the liquids. So that's going to be the topic next time. We want petroleum, heavy oil, and water coming in, and they need to be barreled before they get in. So I might actually have to take this steel and just also allow some of it to become some yeah, what are they called? yeah, some barrels so that we can get the liquids in here and they can be barreled and then launched into, I don't know, 3 more launch facilities here, for example. That would be awesome. Which, if we have the can afford it, of course. So let's jump to Novice, to Orbit, and see what the base looks like here. It has, oh, I need to go to map view now. Okay, we can see that it's going quite a bit larger. The solar panels, I've been quite diligent on upgrading solar panels at all times. I still have 191 solar panels, and people were telling me like, oh, stop adding solar panels, you have way more. And I was like, no, I don't, it's only 65. But it turns out, if you look at these, they have a plus 900% effectivity, which in my book is not 900% because they usually produce 60 kilowatts. So that's a times 5, not a times 10. Doesn't matter. They produce 300 kilowatts instead of 60 kilowatts, which is awesome. So that's I really like that. That means we have quite a bit of power. So I'm using 65, and they were like, really, why is that so much? But it looks like, I don't know, maybe this is 100, so maybe 400 or something is what I have. Yeah, 400. 1.2 times 300. Yeah, we'll call that almost 400 megawatts, which is nice because we are going to start needing it. So what you can see here is a dedicated launch facility for each product. This might not really, now that I think of it, oh, I'm just not happy about those beeps. We need to do something, but not now. That's just driving out with the artillery gun. We're going to do that during next stream. So what we have here is, you can see all of these are being requested. You can also see how much iron has actually been requested already. I sent 30,000 here, and we've already used like 13,500. So that's pretty good. All these, this one sent, that hasn't been used a lot. And these are ready. We can't really see what it, oh yeah, here. Like blue, heat shielding, low density, plastic, and sulfur. Oh yeah, sulfur we also need to get in here. And then 3 more with the 3 types of liquids. I think there's 3 types of liquids in each. So what I did here is, now I went through, this is kind of what I did before, except this one is actually working. The previous one I had was just indicating what I needed. Oh, actually we are on the map view for some reason. Okay, that's difficult to see when you're on the map view and when you're just on the creative mode view. Anyway, now these are actually producing stuff. This one is producing 4. I don't know exactly what is missing. It's missing blue circuits. Yeah, that's kind of a consistent thing. Some of these require 500 blue circuits each. That is insane. And I'm just requesting a tiny bit each because I don't want to overburden the robots either. And I don't mind this. This one, for example, requires 500. I don't know. Can I take it up in character? No, I can't. Nah, okay, that's at least something. That would be strange. Alright, so down here, all of these I'm creating are ones that are needed for us to build our energy science, because I'm switching to energy science. The focus is going to energy science. All of these are needed. That seems like a lot. And you can see here, what is actually missing from this one? I don't know. Low density structures. All right, low density structures are actually running out. So low density structures is used for pretty much all of these constructions. This is going to be the next thing. As we start shipping materials to space, we will see these being crafted, and then we can start working. This one lights up because there are 10 of them. That's what I've said, this little lamp. This lamp is part of a mod pack designed by Angel with my truck and these, and some floating signals as well. But we need to put those up as well somewhere in the base. Anyway, so this is what I need. Once I have these, then I can start mashing them together. My focus is first getting all the materials to space so that I can move to space and basically stay here. Once in a while, go back to orbit or back to Novice in order to sort of patch up some things and increase the throughput, or patch up a new location. And that's really what we're going to have to do. So what I've indicated on the to-do list: nuclear and iron. Iron has actually become a bottleneck, probably because of the stupid amounts of steel I've sent to space. So you can see this one, yeah, it's barely keeping up. You know, I have some, it's barely keeping up. These are, as soon as they hit 8K, then they get shipped off. This one is not at 8K. So that's a problem. And the other iron is here, and this is also pretty dead. This is almost like, as soon as it hits 8.0, we should see a commitment. Come on. Anytime now. There you go. To the warehouse. To the hub. So definitely, luckily we have this one and that one within our domain. So we have 52 million available, which is nice. However, expanding out here requires more concrete, which we don't really have a lot of at this point. So yeah, it's interesting. We might have to deconstruct something. I think I've been scrounging up the stuff that I have different locations. This one could be reclaimed, and we have some different places where we could reclaim some. Anyway, that's basically where we are on this playthrough. We need nuclear power because when I get my full setup here, this one is actually taking a bit too much power. As soon as they start recharging, they knock everything to yellow, and I don't really like that. I want to have its excess capacity to deal with these are the missile defense when a certain raid comes in. So I had to disable some of them, which makes our base weaker. Anyway, so that's the ups and downs of it. I think that it was really good. We scaled up green, red, blue. We scaled up the automatic launching to space, which we've done like, I don't know, like 70% of that to space now. And then on the space, we started crafting the machines we need in order to build the space base. So exciting times ahead. I hope you will join the stream or catch up on the VODs. As always, the VODs are available in the description below. Check it out or don't. But certainly make sure that you come to the stream if you have any possibility. That's a way better opportunity for you to yell at me and tell me I don't know how to do it and how I should do things better. It's awesome. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you like it. And until next time, stay effective.